You know what society does to children who prefer being alone? It pathologizes them, labels them, breaks them down until they learn to perform sociability they don't feel. And it starts younger than you think. Picture this. A teen doesn't engage much in the class group chat. They read messages but rarely respond, prefer one-on-one conversations when they do talk. Their classmates notice. They start a new chat without them. When the teen finds out, the response is immediate. You never talk in the main one anyway. Simple, direct. You didn't participate on our terms, so you're out. That's punishment, wearing the mask of natural consequences. But here's where it gets twisted. When the teen says they're fine not being included, suddenly everyone's concerned. They're added back with a public announcement. We want to make sure everyone feels included.
Now they're trapped in a chat where their silence is constantly monitored. Periodic "you okay" messages, concerned emojis. They can't win. Participate or be excluded. Stay silent and be pathologized. Not a choice, a trap.
Or watch what happens during group work selection. A student who prefers working alone raises their hand to work solo. Teacher's response? No, this is about learning to collaborate. Forced placement into a group. The group immediately takes over, excluding them from decisions because you never talk anyway. When they point out they weren't given a chance to contribute, they're told they need to be more assertive. The very quality that made them comfortable alone, self-sufficiency, gets weaponized as a social deficiency. Here's what nobody tells you about growing up as the loner child. Society doesn't just notice you, it targets you. Not with obvious cruelty, with something far more insidious, the slow, systematic dismantling of your right to exist on your own terms. Because here's the thing they won't admit. A child who's genuinely content alone threatens the entire social structure adults have built. Every institution, schools, families, communities, operates on the assumption that children need constant peer interaction to develop properly. And anyone who contradicts that narrative by being alone and fine becomes a problem that needs solving. Not because you're struggling, because you're not. Your peace is the threat.
If this is hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button. Content that defends loner kids instead of pathologizing them gets buried by algorithms that prefer comfortable conformity. Your subscription fights that suppression.
Psychologists call this social camouflage, when children learn to perform sociability they don't feel to avoid punishment. It's not social development, it's survival strategy. They're not learning to connect, they're learning to hide. Watch the language adults use. They need to come out of their shell. They're too much in their own head. They need to put themselves out there more. Every phrase frames solitude as a problem, extroversion as the cure. Not because solitude is actually harmful, because it makes adults uncomfortable. Here's where it gets even darker. The punishment escalates when you don't respond to their interventions. First, they express concern. Then they implement forced socialization. Then they start documenting your concerning behavior for counselors, for records, for your permanent file. Your preference for your own company becomes pathology. Your comfort in silence becomes evidence of dysfunction. Your self-sufficiency becomes a disorder requiring treatment, not because anything's actually wrong, because you're refusing to need what they insist you should need. And here's what breaks my heart. Loner children learn early that their natural state is unacceptable. They learn to fracture themselves, to perform enthusiasm for group activities they find draining, to apologize for preferences that hurt no one. Not growth, erasure. Studies consistently show that children who enjoy solitude often develop stronger self-awareness, deeper focus, and more genuine relationships when they do choose to connect. But you'll never hear that in parent-teacher conferences, because it undermines the narrative that constant socialization equals healthy development.
The system isn't designed to create healthy, autonomous individuals. It's designed to create people who need the system. Children who can genuinely be alone and content are children who don't need constant external validation, constant social management, constant oversight. That's dangerous, not to the child, to the system.
So if you grew up as the loner child, if you spent recess with books instead of games, if you preferred your own thoughts to constant chatter, if you were interrogated and pathologized and forced into groups that never wanted you there, know this: they will keep punishing people like you. The adults who couldn't let you be, the peers who couldn't understand why you didn't need them. But your solitude, your comfort in your own company, your refusal to perform sociability you don't feel, that was never pathology. That was clarity they couldn't let exist unchallenged. Stay exactly as you are, not because it's easy, because you discovered early what most people spend lifetimes learning, that you can be whole without constantly seeking completion in others. And that truth threatens every system built on everyone's dependency.